Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Crunch Time back with another video. Man, today we're going to be talking about the Warriors, my Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, the team that has dominated the league for the past 5 years, well, excluding last year, 5 years before that, but, you know, all that good stuff. First, I want to start off this video by saying, yeah, man, prayers up to Klay. I hope he recovers. I hope he makes a full recovery. I hope he becomes the Klay that we once knew again, man. It just really sucks to see something like that happen to, you know, such a beloved player, not just by Warriors fans, but by fans of the league in general, you know. He's probably like one of the last players that deserves to suffer from an injury like that, to be sidelined from the game for so long. So, yeah, man, I just hope he gets better, you know. Not just because my team suffers because of it, because the whole league suffers because of it in general. So, but yeah, man, I just hope he gets well soon. But, you know, let's talk about its implications on the Warriors in general, though. And let's talk about the moves that Bob Myers has been making this offseason to kind of, you know, replace Klay for this season. You know, I don't think you can ever really replace Klay. He's just such a unique player, obviously, one of the greatest shooters of all time. But I guess Bob Myers, he did a good job, man, and they acted really, really fast. Literally, maybe 2 hours after this news dropped that he tore his ACL and he was out for the season, and they confirmed it. I don't know, maybe not 2 hours, but it was really, really soon after they announced this news that the Kelly Oubre trade rumors popped up. Then we heard that they were actually discussing it. Then we heard that they were finalizing a deal. It just all happened really, really quickly. So props to Bob Myers and, you know, the Warriors front office for, you know, making a trade happen so quickly. That's not something you see in a lot of teams, so I commend him for that. So yeah, the Warriors gave up a top 20 protected first round pick for next year to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and also second for next year to get Kelly Oubre, which let me be the first to say this, that is a beautiful trade, man. We absolutely robbed the Thunder. I feel like Kelly Oubre is a really underrated player, you know. Last year, he averaged 18.7 points, 6.4 rebounds, 1.3 steals, and shot at like 35% from three, which is obviously really solid. So I feel like he's definitely an underrated player. I've heard some Warriors fans saying that they think the Kelly Oubre trade makes us an automatic championship team. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't even know if we're really title contenders anymore without Klay. Maybe next year when Klay comes back, even if he comes back 85% of what he was, I think then we are definitely a championship team. But right now, I don't think with the Lakers and how stacked the West is, I don't think that we are really a championship team yet. But yeah, Oubre is definitely underrated. That is a great trade by Bob Myers. He also addressed the second option issue, you know, with Klay out. Obviously, Curry is the first option, and after that, it would have been Wiggins now. Not Draymond. Definitely not Draymond. Mr. Triple Single, man. Nah, all jokes aside, Draymond's a great player when he's playing around other great players, but he's definitely not a second option. Wiggins is too inefficient, in my opinion, to be a second option. I don't like him as a second option because we saw a bit of that in Minnesota when he played with Cat, and it just didn't work. So, yeah, Kelly Oubre is a great pickup, and yeah, he can serve as a second option. He can be just a solid player, you know. That means we can also run a lineup of Curry, Oubre, Wiggins, Draymond, Wiseman, Looney, Chris. I don't know who's going to start at the center. I would personally start Wiseman. I think for a top 2 pick, for the second overall pick, you've got to start developing him like immediately, right? And he's just got all the upside in the world. You know, he fits our system to a T. He's mobile, 7 foot. I already went over all of this in 2 videos, in the Where Do the Warriors Go From Here video, which I made like couple weeks back, and the mock draft video. If you want to check that out, information cards popping up on the screen. But I would start Wiseman, but those 3 centers are probably going to be sharing minutes a lot. They're going to be sharing a lot of minutes. So trade wise, yeah, Bob Myers did a great job. But let's talk about free agency, because that's something that's really been irking me recently, right? So I went into this free agency period where, well, I was looking at the Warriors and I was like, yeah, we've got some money, you know, we got a bit of money to spend, maybe not a lot. Got 2 pretty big contracts in Klay and Curry, and then we have Draymond's contracts and Wiggins. So obviously we weren't gonna have a lot of money to spend, like that much money to spend, but we still had a decent chunk of money to maybe throw at an Avery Bradley type player, maybe a Davis Bertans, you know, someone. So I'm sitting there and free agency hits and all these signings erupt, you know. Wesley Matthews goes to the Lakers, Trez goes to the Lakers. Davis Bertans gets signed by the Wizards. Joe Harris re-signed to the Nets, making a bag. Avery Bradley, he went to the Heat. And I'm just looking, and the Warriors are doing absolutely nothing, man. And I'm confused. I'm stunned. Nothing happened for the first 2 days, and then I go to sleep one night, wake up the next day, check my phone, and we've signed Brad Wanamaker, man. Really, bro? And Brady's a great pickup, right? He's a decent pickup. He's a very good backup for Curry for sure, but I don't know exactly how much cap we had, per se. But I just feel like we could have got someone better than Brad Wanamaker, right? And man, it's so disappointing, right? Because there weren't all these like heavy hitters, in this free agency period, right? So that already sucked. But that also meant that not a lot of teams could get better from this free agency period, right? There was only so much room to grow, right, from signing a free agent. But I feel like the Warriors were one of those teams that could have really benefited from signing the right player, and they just didn't do that. They didn't do anything, basically. They just signed Brad Wanamaker and Kent Bazemore, man. That's definitely an L. All I can say is Bob Myers better be making some trades soon. He better be making some magic happen, because while we have an alright starting lineup and a decently deep bench, we have that great center rotation that I was talking about. We still have Eric Pascal, Jordan Poole. I just don't know if we're a genuine title contender, A playoff team? Yes. A title contender? I don't think so. This team strikes me as more of a 6 seed, maybe? Second round exit? I don't know. Maybe conference finals, best case scenario. As far as trades go, I'd be willing to let go of some depth for a star, which we have the pieces to get a star, right? We have Wiggins, who could make the contracts match. He's also a decent young-ish player. We have Kevon Looney, Poole, Chris, Pascal, the Timberwolves first-round pick for next year. Basically anyone who's not named Steph, Clay, not Draymond, because maybe even Draymond, if necessary, you could throw into a deal to get a star. Obviously there's the Giannis thing out there. Maybe that happens. The Bucks are trash midway through the season. I don't think that'll happen. Maybe Embiid from the Sixers if they also aren't good halfway through the season, or they're not doing as good as expected, and it's just clear that the Ben Simmons-Embiid duo won't work. Then maybe I see that trade going through. But honestly, I was just expecting a lot more from the Warriors this offseason. I mean, they did a good job at the draft, I think for what they decided to do, drafting with the pick, they definitely took the best option for the team. So, yeah, man. Well, actually, no. Now that I say that, no, I don't think that. I think they maybe should have taken LaMelo Ball or another guard. I don't know, man, because we already had centers. But at the time, we thought Clay was going to play. And if Clay had been playing, then yes, they made the right decision. But since Clay is injured, I think LaMelo Ball, we might regret passing up on that. I know I made that video about LaMelo Ball, but he still got all the upside in the world. Nico Mannion, that was an absolute steal late in the draft. Let me tell you that. That was an absolute steal and a half, bro. I didn't think he'd fall that far. I thought he'd be maybe a first-round pick, honestly. If not early second round, but that was a steal, man. Other than that, yeah, just expected a lot more from the Warriors. That's all I really have to say. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe, because we're trying to hit 100 subs by the end of the year, so go ahead and join the effort. Other than that, guys, hope y'all have a great day. Love y'all. It's been your boy Crunch Time, and I'll see you next time. Peace.